As Halloween gets bigger and better, there are some dangers that could really impact your pets. And veterinarian and best-selling author Dr. Gary Richter is here to give us some tips on how we can protect our pets this Halloween. Dr. Richter, how are you?
I am wonderful and happy Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween. Well, let's talk about some of the dangers that, a lot of Halloween decorations, candy, how they all kind of impact our pets during this time.
I think the obvious danger from a Halloween perspective is the food, right? Is all that candy. I think most people know that that chocolate is toxic to pets. All of those sweets, all of that sugar, really just asking for gastrointestinal upset. And realize also that if you happen to have any sugar-free candy, so things with artificial sweeteners, certain artificial sweeteners can actually be very toxic to pets as well. So we really need to be careful to keep all of the Halloween goodies away from our pets.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that's nothing I've ever really heard about those sugar-free candies and how it impacts pets. So that's an interesting fact to kind of share with us. What about all of the Halloween decorations? I feel like that could create a lot of anxiety.
Obviously, part of the fun of Halloween is that good scare. But you know what? Our pets, they're not aware that it's Halloween. They don't know that this is going on. And all of this can be very startling for them. So people wearing costumes, people wearing masks, strange lights, people coming and going at the door, trick-or-treating. All of these things can be very upsetting for pets. So what I normally recommend people do over Halloween, make sure your pet is safe and secure somewhere. Put them someplace in the house where they're not going to have access to the front door, that it's opening and closing, when people come trick-or-treating.
Yeah, and speaking of costumes, a lot of pet owners like to dress their pets up in costumes. Do you have any recommendations with that?
In fact, there's a lot of communities that have Halloween parades or pet Halloween contests, and that's all kinds of, that's all kinds of fun. The one suggestion that I would have for people is, realize that most pets are not accustomed to wearing things, particularly weird, bulky things like Halloween costumes tend to be. So if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna put a Halloween costume on your pet, make sure that they're supervised and that you're watching them. You don't want them to get caught or tangled or hung up on something and potentially have them get into some kind of problem because nobody was really paying attention.
Awesome. Well, that's such great advice. Now, for those that are looking for more information on all the tips that you've shared today, can you give them some of the information?
You can find a lot of this information either through my website, ultimatepetnutrition.com, or you can find me at my YouTube channel and you can get all of this information and more.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you.